Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, dangerous storms on both coasts, the announcement from Instagram, a hero on the Bears, and the Bear star joined us live before his debut as the boss. Powerful storms slamming both coasts. This apartment complex crushed by trees in Arizona. Now, evacuation ordered in the West. Fears of mudslides and burn scar areas from the January wildfires in the aftermath of the deadly nor'easter. Ginger is tracking it all.
Overnight, President Trump returning to Washington after traveling to the Middle East to mark a historic breakthrough, a ceasefire in Gaza following 2 years of war, and the release of all living hostages. All 20 returning home, a father reuniting with his daughters, twin brothers together again, a couple kidnapped and kept apart until now, while nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners returned home. But questions remain on what comes next and what the president said about if there will be a two-state solution.
New tariffs taking effect on lumber and furniture, how they could add to the cost of home building, and the new report on who's paying for President Trump's tariffs.
The Baldwin brothers in a car crash.
I hit a big fat tree and crushed my car, my wife's car.
What Alec and Stephen Baldwin are saying about what happened and how they're doing.
New report in the mysterious death of Ellen Greenberg in Philadelphia more than a decade ago. Found dead with nearly 24 stab wounds. What the medical examiner is now saying and how her family is responding.
New reality.
People like you call me Dr. Wendy. Address me correctly, sweetie.
The Real Housewives of Potomac star Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband facing fraud charges, accused of faking a burglary at their home. The reaction this morning.
The big announcement from Instagram and what parents need to know about teens in the app.
'Cause tramps like us, baby, we were born to run.
The walk-off win for the Bears.
Kick is good, and the Bears win. Chief Mooney, a hero tonight.
The hero that got it done in the nick of time. And we've got another Bear with us this morning.
Doors.
Jeremy Allen White wasn't just born to play the Bear. His highly anticipated role as the boss is about to hit the big screen, and he's about to join us live.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
Go ahead, keep it going.
Yeah, she had the guitar, I had to do some air drums and support.
Yeah,
had it going on.
America, boy, you're starting off hot. We got the Bears, and then we have the Bear. Jeremy Allen White is here this morning. Cannot wait to talk to him.
Yep, we got a lot to cover today. Busy morning here. Some good news on gas prices as well, plus an exclusive look at travel trends for next year.
But we're going to begin with the major storms on both coasts. Ginger is here with the aftermath of that deadly nor'easter as the West prepares for some dangerous flooding as well.
Yes, our lethargic nor'easter, I'll call it barely moved yesterday, is finally pulling away. So that's good news for travel especially. But we also had storms in central Arizona, and they were in part fueled by remnants of Raymond. But these storms were severe and did a lot of damage.
Vicious winds in parts of the southwest and northeast. A powerful storm known as a microburst tore through Tempe, Arizona, ripping the roof off this business, trees crushing this apartment complex. More than 130 people now displaced.
It's just me and my animals in there, and I don't even know where I'm going to go.
The Phoenix Zoo saying no animals were hurt, but closed today after gusts of at least 60 miles per hour did extensive damage. And in the Northeast, that slow-moving nor'easter, uprooting trees on Long Island. Gusts up to 60 miles per hour causing thousands of power outages. A 76-year-old woman was killed in New York City after winds ripped a solar panel off a parking structure, sending it sailing 20 feet. Multiple water rescues reported in the coastal flooding down the Jersey Shore. And the high surf making for a daring rescue off Cape Cod, crews pulling a man to safety after he was spotted in the water by a nearby ferry.
And this morning, we've already seen severe thunderstorms and flash flood warnings in Southern California as this low slides down the coast. San Luis Obispo and also Los Angeles in line for some of those really heavy rain showers. That's about 9 a.m. Pacific when LA is getting some of the heaviest rain. Up in the hills is where they're concerned, and that's why I've got 100 homes that have been evacuated near burn scars, like those that happened last January from the wildfires. That's where you get worried. If a lot of rain falls on that really quickly, it can wash down with debris flows. And of course, you end up seeing major issues. So still flood watches all the way up. Santa Barbara is included up the coast there. And then you see the winter storm warning in the Sierra Nevada. That's for 1 to 3 feet of snow. And the extent of this goes up to 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That includes Las Vegas. We will be seeing a considerable amount of snow. And again, that nor'easter pulling away, Michael.
Yeah, a lot of weather going on both coasts. Ginger, thank you for that. And we're going to go now to Washington, where overnight President Trump returned from his trip to Egypt and Israel, where he celebrated what he called the historic dawn of a new Middle East, following a hostage and prisoner exchange after 2 years of war between Israel and Hamas. But questions remain about what lies ahead for the region. And our senior political correspondent, Rachel Scott, is at the White House for us. Good morning, Rachel.
Michael, good morning. And there is no doubt this was a monumental achievement for President Trump, brokering the ceasefire deal that led to the release of all living hostages in Israel. But as the president touched down here in Washington, the focus turns to the next challenge, securing lasting peace in the region. Overnight, President Trump arriving in Washington after traveling to the Middle East to mark a historic breakthrough, a ceasefire in Gaza and the release of all living hostages. But tough questions remain. Who will take over governing Gaza? And who will rebuild it? And how or if Hamas will disarm? With growing calls for Palestine to be recognized as an independent state, the president not committing to a two-state solution.
We're talking about rebuilding Gaza. I'm not talking about single state or double state or two-state. We're talking about the rebuilding of Gaza.
President Trump wrapped up his visit to the Middle East in Egypt, where more than 20 world leaders were awaiting his arrival.
The rebuilding is maybe going to be the easiest part. I think we've done a lot of the hardest part because the rest comes together.
2 years after the war began, President Trump also on the ground in Israel, greeted with a standing ovation by Israel's parliament, at times chanting his name, some even wearing the president's signature red hat, calling him the peace president. The president celebrating the return of all 20 living hostages to their families.
The hostages are back. It feels so good to say it.
And then turning to the future of the region after 2 years of war, calling it a historic dawn for the Middle East.
This is not only the end of a war. This is the end of an age of terror and death and the beginning of the age of faith and hope and of God.
So the president says phase 2 has officially started, but he did not provide any specific details on how exactly that would play out and how quickly Hamas could disarm. Robin.
All right, Rachel, our thanks to you. And we have those emotional reunions as the last living hostages were returned to Israel and some 2,000 Palestinian prisoners were released. Our chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell, is there in Tel Aviv for us. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, Robin. Well, what a momentous, historic day that was. After 2 years of death, destruction and displacement, finally some relief and joy on both sides of the border.
This morning, a new dawn in Israel, as 20 hostages held for more than 2 years are finally reunited with those they hold dearest. There were cheers, hugs, laughter, and many tears. Hostage Henri Miran stepping out of the Red Cross van into the arms of his family, seeing his wife for the first time in more than 700 days, able to hug and play with his 2 young daughters, Ronnie and Alma, just 4 and 2. Hours before their father's release, the girls seen smiling, their mother posting online, prepared and ready for daddy. One by one, each of the 20 surviving hostages stepping back into their homeland. Guy Gilboa Dalal waving to the crowd with Israel's flag and making a heart. Twin brothers Gali and Ziv Berman, both kidnapped but kept apart until now. And the heart-wrenching video of Noah Aragamani kidnapped on the back of a motorcycle on October 7th as her boyfriend Avinatan Or is being marched away. She was rescued by the IDF last year, but her boyfriend was still being held by Hamas until now. In Tel Aviv, tens of thousands gathering to watch the hostages return. It was a day of relief and pure joy for so many. We spoke with Aviva Siegel, herself held captive by Hamas for 51 days.
For me, it's a very, very, very special day. For all the hostages that came back, to their families, to their loved ones. It's the best we could ever ask for.
But today isn't a new dawn for everyone here, because most of the deceased hostages were not returned as expected. The bodies of 28 people were supposed to be released by Hamas, those killed over the course of the war, including 2 Americans, Omar Nutra and Itai Chen. But only 4 have been handed back so far to be identified and buried by their families. There were also scenes of relief and joy in Gaza, as nearly 2,000 prisoners, the vast majority taken by Israel and held without charge, came home. Their buses weaving through the crowds, many seeing the destruction to their homeland for the first time, as they too were able to see and hug their families again. But the horrors of this war felt so deeply here, where 67,000 Palestinians have been killed, according to the Hamas-run health ministry. Satellite images assessed by the UN showing 83% of structures in the Strip are damaged. So much remains to be done. Not least how to end the famine here, how to rebuild, and how to dismantle Hamas. It'll require all of President Trump's efforts to make sure that this ceasefire turns into a lasting peace.
Well, far more left on the to-do list than has been achieved, not to diminish those great achievements and those moments of joy, not least the dismantling, the disarming of Hamas, the reconstruction inside Gaza, all of that left to do. But right now, the Families and Hostages Forum, deeply unhappy, calling an emergency meeting, demanding the return of their loved ones, and still thousands of Palestinians under the rubble inside Gaza. Whit.
As you pointed out, so much left to be done. Ian Pannell for us. We appreciate it. Turning now to the government shutdown being felt across the country as we reach 2 full weeks since the Senate failed to pass a funding bill. Another vote is scheduled for tonight, and Jay O'Brien is on Capitol Hill with more on what we can expect. Jay, good morning.
Yeah, Whit, good morning. Exactly 2 weeks into this government shutdown and no end in sight. Even top Republicans like Speaker of the House Mike Johnson warning that the government could be in for one of the longest shutdowns in its history. The record is 35 days set during the first Trump administration. And right now, more than 750,000 furloughed federal workers, including essential staff like TSA agents and air traffic controllers, feeling the pain getting their last paycheck until the government reopens. More than 4,000 federal employees, according to the White House, have already been fired, including critical special education staff and, sources tell ABC News, dozens of mental health and substance abuse workers at the Department of Health and Human Services. President Trump saying over the weekend he's using the shutdown to go after what he calls, quote, Democrat-sponsored programs. Up here on Capitol Hill, Democrats digging in, saying that they're fighting for health care, Republicans refusing to negotiate while the government is shut down. The Senate is set to return tonight, and they're poised to take up their 8th vote, their 8th attempt to fund the government, and that is expected to fail yet again.
And Jay, while the government is shut down, the U.S. is still moving forward with plans to bail out Argentina. What more do we know about that?
Yeah, we had a highly unusual move, $20 billion of a lifeline to Argentina's struggling financial system. The Treasury Secretary saying it's meant to stabilize a key U.S. ally in South America. But Democrats up here on the Hill pouncing, accusing the president of sending money abroad, but cutting services here at home, like Medicaid and food assistance. Argentina's president set to meet with President Trump at the White House today.
All right, we know you'll be tracking it. Jay O'Brien, thanks. Michael?
All right, thank you, Whit. We're going to turn now to the president's new tariffs going into effect today. Lumber, furniture, and other wood products potentially adding more cost to surging home building and renovation projects. Chief Business Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis have the details for us. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning, Michael. Nice to see you guys. And if you've been trying to buy furniture for your home, you've already seen those prices going up. The cost of furniture up 4.7% from a year ago. Living and dining room furniture up 9.5%. Where people are really seeing this, and UBS just crunched the numbers on it, housing costs. So to build a house because of these tariffs, we've already seen prices up about $8,000. And this additional tariff taking effect adds $1,000. If you're buying on the higher end, that has a smaller impact, but it also encourages some of these home builders to, instead of building some of the less expensive homes, which are so desperately needed, first-time home buyers really struggling with affordability right now, it encourages building on the higher end, which doesn't necessarily create the types of homes that we really need more of in this country.
And when it comes to the tariffs, who is actually paying for the tariffs?
So Goldman Sachs crunched the numbers on this. Consumers are bearing the highest burden. They will pay by the end of this year more than half of the burden, 55%, and then into next year, they will pay 70% of that burden. You've got businesses paying a small portion, and then international countries paying an even smaller portion.
Yeah, so just pass it on to the consumer.
The consumer pays.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Whit?
All right, Michael, now to some good news for travelers. Gas prices are dropping, and we've got an exclusive look at the travel trends for 2026. Our transportation correspondent, Gio Benitez, is here with more on that. Gio, good morning.
Hey, Whit, this is good news just in time for the holidays. Let's get right to that good news now from Gas Buddy. The average price of gas nationwide, look at that, $3.02 a gallon. We could see drops below $3 for the first time in years. So that's really good news. The price has dropped more than 6 cents over just the past week, more than 14 cents from just a year ago. AAA says this is because of the seasonal transition from that summer to winter grade fuel, and gas inventories are higher. They also predict we're likely to see these prices go down even more in the coming weeks, just in time for Thanksgiving and Christmas, Robin.
All right. Our thanks to you. Appreciate that, Gio. And the traveler trends for 2026, is that coming up in our next, you going to be back with that?
We'll be back with that.
Okay.
More good news.
All right, more good news. Very good news. All right, we got Monday Night Football, the doubleheader. Sam is here. You got those big moments for us.
I do. Robin, if you like your football late and wet, this was a good game for you. All right, so let's start. The Commanders hosting the Bears in a rainy Maryland. At one point, the Bears were up double digits, and then they weren't. Okay, let's go. Chicago down by 8 early in the fourth quarter. Caleb Williams connecting with D'Andre Swift for a 55-yard touchdown to cut the lead to 2. But no two-point conversion means Washington clinging to a 24-22 lead. Then Washington, with a costly fumble, gave the ball back to Chicago with just about 3 minutes left. Nail biter. It was the Commanders' third turnover. That can't be good. Even I know that. And the Bears made them pay with new kicker Jake Moody nailing the 38-yard field goal with no time left to give Chicago a pretty squeaky 25-24 win. His fourth field goal of the night. Now, first game, the Falcons underdogs at home to the Bills. Now, this was all Atlanta. Wow. Bijan Robertson. I'm old enough to remember the first designer of Bijan, by the way, back in the 70s.
Me too.
Busting, no, you're not,
yes,
Michael.
I am.
Really?
Played on Rodale Drive.
He sure did in LA. All right, a sensational 81-yard run up the sideline as the Falcons built a 21-7 lead at halftime. They would hold on for a 24-14 win as Robinson crushed for 170 yards. All reigning MVP Josh Allen could do was shake his head as the Bills lose their second straight game.
Didn't see that one coming.
Me either.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Bijan.
I love when you guys connect like that. Coming up, Aaron Katersky has details on the car crash involving 2 of the Baldwin brothers. Aaron?
Robin, this was a single car crash in the Hamptons. Alec Baldwin said he had to swerve to avoid hitting a garbage truck as big as a whale. It's a big garbage truck. We'll tell you what else he said coming up.
All right, Aaron. Also ahead here, the new report in the mysterious death of a woman in her Philadelphia apartment more than a decade ago and what her family is saying this morning.
And we have the latest on a Real Housewife in real trouble. Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband arrested, accused of faking a burglary at their home.
Didn't think you'd bring up Rodeo Drive like that. Allison Janney joins us live. Later on GMA. We'll be right back.
Who was he talking to? We have broken every single record you can break with this tour. The only thing left is to close the book.
Come on now, bring it. Here on GMA, that is a trailer for Taylor Swift's 2 new projects on Disney Plus. Debuted right here on GMA yesterday. It's a 6-part docuseries taking us behind the scenes of the Eras Tour and a film of the final concert of the tour. So much excitement for those to debut in December, and her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, breaking records left and right. It sold the equivalent of more than 4 million copies in the first week.
With my 2 daughters at home, those dates are circled in the calendar. Everybody's ready to go for it to come out on Disney+. First, though, new at 7:30 this morning, the man accused of firebombing the residence of Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro is due in court today, where he's expected to plead guilty. Cody Ballmer faces multiple charges, including attempted murder. Also this morning, thousands of healthcare workers plan to walk off the job for a strike expected to last the rest of the week. The union represents about 43,000 workers, including nurses, social workers, physical therapists, and lab professionals at Kaiser Permanente facilities across several states. Not all of those workers are expected to participate, and Kaiser says hospitals, offices, and pharmacies will remain open.
Also, the price of silver hitting an all-time high, trading at more than $52 an ounce as investors turn to precious metals amid political and economic uncertainty. And the LA Dodgers held on to win the opener of the National League Championship Series over the Milwaukee Brewers. Freddie Freeman, he was hot last year in the playoffs. Well, he hit a home run in the 6th to give the Dodgers the lead. Game 2 is tonight. In the American League, the Seattle Mariners exploded for 3 home runs to beat the Toronto Blue Jays 10-3 and take a 2-0 series lead. Seattle now just 2 wins away from the first World Series appearance in franchise history.
And they've had some great players
They
over
really
the years.
have. Ken Griffey Jr. and the likes. I'm going to turn now to the car crash involving Alec and Stephen Baldwin. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky is here with the details. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Michael. The Baldwin brothers were driving in a nor'easter when Alec Baldwin swerved and hit a tree.
This morning, actor Alec Baldwin says he's fine after crashing his car. Baldwin was driving a white Range Rover in East Hampton Monday morning with his brother Stephen sitting shotgun. A nor'easter was bearing down on the east end of Long Island at the time, but Baldwin says he crashed into the tree not because of the weather, but because he swerved to avoid a garbage truck.
I was in this car accident. A guy cut me off in a truck. Big garbage truck. It was the biggest garbage truck I've ever seen. Anyway, I won't go into the details now and bore you, but to avoid hitting him, I hit a tree. I hit a big fat tree and crushed my car, my wife's car. I crushed my wife's car. I feel bad about that, but it's all fine, and I'm fine, and my brother's fine.
The award-winning actor has a home in East Hampton, taking to Instagram to discuss the accident.
Thank you to the East Hampton Police Department, the town police department, for coming to my aid.
There are no charges associated with Monday's accident. Alec Baldwin's brother Stephen, who is Hailey Bieber's dad, was visiting for the Hamptons Film Festival. A statement from his representative says Stephen Baldwin is doing fine and is grateful no one was injured. He appreciates the concern and he can confirm that he and Alec are both safe and well.
There are no charges associated with this accident. Alec Baldwin says he's now returning to California to be with his family.
Glad they're all right. Yep. Okay. Thank you, Aaron. Now to a new report in the mysterious death of a woman in Philadelphia more than a decade ago. Juju Chang has followed Ellen Greenberg's story and joins us now. A lot of eyes on this.
It is such a mystery, Robin. Honestly, good morning to you. You know, Ellen's parents told me emotionally that their daughter was afraid to get her ears pierced. They just don't believe she'd be capable of stabbing herself 20 times to death. In short, they refuse to believe the newly released ruling that Ellen died by suicide.
This morning, the mysterious stabbing death of Ellen Greenberg once again ruled a suicide by the Philadelphia Medical Examiner's Office after her family's years-long battle to re-examine the case. In 2011, the 27-year-old was discovered stabbed 20 times, according to the initial autopsy report, in the neck, back, head, and heart, with bruises all over her body in the apartment she shared with her fiancé.
My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere. Is it the house or apartment? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Her fiancé, who found her, was never accused of foul play. The medical examiner who conducted her autopsy originally ruled her death a homicide, only to change it to suicide weeks later. In the 32-page report released Friday, Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Lindsay Simon saying Greenberg would be capable of inflicting these injuries herself, noting that there was no sign of a struggle or an intruder and no defensive wounds. The report also showing 20 additional bruises and 3 additional cuts in the skin, unaccounted for in the initial autopsy. Simon also noting that Greenberg was a young woman suffering from anxiety and that there was no trace of her fiancé's DNA or anyone else's on the knife. But Greenberg's attorney says Dr. Simon's report shows distorted portrayals of Ellen's mental health.
Dr. Simon misunderstood the assignment. The question for the ME
was never whether he did it, it was whether she did, right? It's not her job to find a murderer, only determine whether or not there's been a murder.
Ellen's family reacting to what they perceive as the lack of answers, saying in a statement, "Recently, we allowed ourselves to hope a breakthrough would come. But those hopes were dashed again by the same machine that has ignored us for almost 15 years." The court-ordered reexamination comes after the family settled 2 lawsuits in February with the city of Philadelphia for their alleged mishandling of the case.
They did everything they possibly could to stand in our way. Instead of helping us.
Shortly before the settlement, the medical examiner who performed the original autopsy saying, "Since issuing the amended death certificate, I have become aware of additional information. It is my professional opinion Ellen's manner of death should be designated as something other than suicide."
Now, Ellen's parents plan to attend a hearing on the report scheduled today in Philadelphia. Dr. Marlon Osborne, who you saw there, the original medical examiner, did not return our request for comment. Of course, we'll have a full wrap-up on today's events tonight on Nightline, but you should be sure to watch the ABC News Studios series, Death in Apartment 603. What happened to Ellen Greenberg? It's streaming now on Hulu and on Disney+. Wow.
So many questions. You can understand why the family wants answers.
And it's an enduring mystery with so many questions.
Thank you, Juju. Appreciate it. Now, with the Real Housewives star arrested along with her husband and facing fraud charges, accused of faking a burglary at their home. Our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, is back with that story. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, good morning again. Wendy Asefo presents herself as a scholar, a professor, and a political commentator. Authorities in Maryland are now casting her in a new role, alleged fraudster.
If you're going to test this professor, be prepared to fail.
On The Real Housewives of Potomac, Wendy Asefo is the fiery academic.
I quit grading, but I'm still passing judgments.
But this morning, the reality television star and her husband are preparing to defend themselves against fraud charges. The couple accused of faking a burglary at their Maryland home so they could collect insurance money.
This place is a constant reminder of all of the accomplishments my husband and I have.
Though the Asefos flaunt their wealth on TV and online, investigators say they're steeped in debt and reported to police they were robbed while on a trip to Jamaica last year, claiming they found their bedroom and both closets to be ransacked and several designer handbags and jewelry had been stolen. Authorities were immediately suspicious.
No evidence indicated that anyone attempted to enter the house.
Police say the Asefos claim thieves stole 80 items, including jewelry, clothing, and shoes valued at more than $200,000. But court records say some of those things had been returned for refunds, including a $1,500 Dior shirt and a $1,000 Gucci wallet. And prosecutors say a search of the Asefos' home turned up at least 15 items that appear to be the same ones claimed stolen during the alleged burglary. A gold diamond anniversary band, they say, Wendy Asefo later wore in a social media post.
Diamond wedding band that they observed in a social media post that is when they started realizing that this was likely a fabricated burglary.
Court records quoted an email from Edward Asefo seeming to ask his wife to pad their insurance claims, asking if there were additional high-value items we can add to this inventory listing, allegedly telling her, "I'm trying to get the total to exceed $423,000, which is our policy maximum." Executive producer Andy Cohen said on his radio show he found out about the Asefos' arrest the same time as everyone else.
I'm really sad about this. And you know, Wendy is just, you know, I'm a Wendy fan. And she has been a great housewife and a great role model.
The authorities making clear Asefos' fame had nothing to do with the decision to bring charges.
So I don't care if she's a real housewife, fake housewife, or whatever she is, we would have handled it the same way regardless of who she was.
In a statement from their attorneys, Wendy and Edward Asefo said they look forward to their day in court and otherwise ask for privacy as they focus on their family and the legal process ahead. The Asefos have not yet entered a plea. They're due in a Maryland court next month. Though not everyone takes the Real Housewives seriously, the authorities are taking this case seriously. They say insurance fraud affects all of us because it means higher premiums for everybody.
Yeah, not looking good for them.
Nope.
All right, Aaron. Thank you. A double dose of Aaron. Appreciate it.
We had a double dose of Aaron Katersky. Now, double dose in play of the day.
I'm very excited about this because we've got you coming and going if you go to school. I think this guy is an amazing educator. Memphis, Tennessee teacher David Jameson III. Watch him welcome his students with some really wonderful handshake choreography this morning that is individual to students, right? Whether it's a high five dance or a move or a handshake, starting each day with Connection Matters, he says. He adds, I'm showing up every day with purpose. His infectious spirit lifting those students. I can't remember any of this. I've seen it like 5 times. I could not do any of this. Inspiring them to great things, whether it's the day or the rest of their lives. And he added in an email to us, the foundation of any lesson is through love and human interaction.
How is individual?
Right.
Yeah,
which is like, how do you remember all that? All right, now let's get you home with Benson Boone, everybody. This morning we have Benson Boone on a sweet ride. The founder of Bike Bus World in Portland, Oregon, reached out to the pop star asking if he'd join the kids on their bike bus home. So they don't take the bus, they ride their bikes, but they ride them together so they're all safe. The mystical, magical singer at the head of the bike bus, biking along his biggest hits, blaring from a speaker right there. So, I mean, imagine how great this is. I want this every day just to leave work. Have the chorus of Boone's 2024 smash Beautiful Things comes on right there. This is what happens. It's just amazing, right? I love the caption of this video, the energy, the smiles, and the singing made the ride that they will never forget. A huge thank you to Benson Boone for joining. This ride has more than 2.5 million views on TikTok, rightfully so. One adoring fan writing, if I was Benson Boone, this would be my favorite time singing that song ever.
That's so cool.
That's
awesome.
Great double dose.
Both of those are great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, we're coming up aces. Jewel Lloyd, Chelsea Gray, and MVP Asia Wilson. The stars of the WNBA champion Las Vegas Aces are going to join us live. We got them up early.
Wake up.
Come on.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Powerful storms slamming both coasts. Now, evacuations ordered in the west. Fears of mudslides in burn-scarred areas from the January wildfires and the aftermath of the deadly nor'easter. Ginger is tracking it all.
The science of you.
Here for a scan.
Becky is trying out the new trend, choosing to have a full-body MRI. Is it an empowering way to take control of your health or unnecessary and expensive curiosity care?
It's a full house.
That's 3 of a kind for the Las Vegas Aces.
Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, and Jewel Lloyd are joining us live from Las Vegas after winning their 3rd WNBA championship in the last 4 years. And Jeremy Allen White is born to run, joining us live to talk about playing the boss. As we say, good morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
And we got the Tuesday feels because it's sweet. It is sweet when Chef Carla Hall is here. She's got a brand new children's book and she has some kids here to help us make one of her favorite recipes.
We get to eat this morning. Always like that, too. Also had Instagram making a big announcement this morning trying to help keep teens safe on the app and empower parents. We'll show you how it works.
But first, we have a look at the top stories breaking at 8, starting with the major storms on both coasts. Ginger is here with the aftermath of that deadly nor'easter as the West prepares for dangerous flooding. Good morning again, Ginger.
Hey, Michael, so we started with the high water rescues last night because the nor'easter was pushing so much water at the coastal flooding on the order of 1 to 3 feet. You see here in Queens, New York, the trees were down. We had gusts in Suffolk County nearly 60 miles per hour. That low is going to be pulling away today, but there are still coastal flood alerts all the way up through Long Island and some high surf advisories. Now, I wanted to mention that yesterday in Arizona, Arizona, fueled in part by remnants of Raymond. There was a microburst, and that is just a strong thunderstorm. The winds kind of hit the ground and spread out. At least 130 people have been displaced. An apartment complex ripped apart there. The zoo in Phoenix had some issues. Thankfully, all the animals are okay. But now this morning, we're watching this low pressure system slide down the coast, and the heaviest of the rain is going to make it through Los Angeles about 9 a.m. Pacific time. But that's where we're concerned. There are more than 100 homes that have been evacuated close to the burn scars from last January's wildfires, because if you get a lot of rain really fast, that's a problem. Big snow up in the Sierra Nevada and winds all the way to Las Vegas. Robin.
Yeah, it is a problem. All right. Thank you, Ginger. Now we have good news for travelers. Gas prices are dropping, and we have an exclusive look at the travel trends for 2026. That's why we got our great transportation correspondent, Gio Benitez, back with us. Tell us about it.
Hey, Robin. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Yeah, good news here from Gas Buddy. The average price of gas nationwide right now, $3.02, and that could soon drop below $3 for the first time in years. The price has dropped more than 6 cents over just the past week and more than 14 cents from a year ago. So the trend is looking good. AAA says this is because of the seasonal transition from the summer to the winter grade fuel, and gas inventories are higher. They also predict that drivers are likely to see even lower prices in the coming weeks. That's welcome news with Thanksgiving and Christmas fast approaching here. We always joke about liking the summer blend,
right,
but we're liking that winter blend.
All right, but what about these travel trends for 2026? You have an exclusive for us?
That's right. So this is from our friends over at Expedia and Booking.com. They shared their travel forecast with us. Here's what to expect next year. Something called slow travel is on the rise. That's where people explore the outdoors. They look for trips with farm charm, focusing on destinations that help them feel calm and make connections. So we like that. Set jetting also going to be very popular, traveling to destinations inspired by movies and shows like The White Lotus. We just hope not the story, though, right? And travel inspired, leave that one out. And travel inspired by reading. That's a big trend, too, whether you go on a reading retreat or so-called romantasy trips. You're seeking out vacations inspired by your favorite romance or your fantasy novels. So,
okay.
You know,
that's a lot of work.
Just as long as not one of those JetBlue holiday trends that you see on Instagram.
That's right.
That's very good.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah, had some fun. Sounds fun, though.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Absolutely.
For that.
All right, we do want to turn now to the big announcement from Instagram meant to help protect teens. Rebecca Jarvis is back with details on this. A lot of parents eager to know more about
Parents
this, too.
Parents are so eager about this, Whit. It's nice to see you guys again. And they have been working at this for a while. I've been talking to executives at Instagram about the announcement. They are very focused on making the platform safe for teens and giving parents more tools. And this morning, they're introducing a brand new PG-13 style experience, just like the movies, for users under 18. This morning, Meta announcing a major overhaul of Instagram teen accounts that limits what teen users can see and do. Starting today, anyone under 18 years old will be automatically restricted to a so-called PG-13 experience on the platform, similar to PG-13 movie ratings, unless their parents opt them out.
We're doing this to really speak the language of parents who are much more familiar with movie ratings in terms of kind of a familiar model for those who are using Instagram.
The new guidelines impact the accounts and content teens can interact with. For example, if a teen searches the word alcohol, according to Meta, the content will be blocked. And accounts showing inappropriate content will be blocked entirely for users under 18.
We will continue to refine teen accounts. We will never get to a point where no teen will ever see a piece of content that they wouldn't expect to see in a PG-13 movie. But we really are striving for teens to be able to have an experience on Instagram that a parent would understand to be a PG-13 experience.
One thing I wondered about here and asked about is what happens if someone tries to game the system and poses as an adult, but they're actually a teen? Whit knows this well. It happens a lot in the real world. Well, it's interesting. Instagram is using AI tools to look for signals and signs of your real age. So suppose someone says they're 22, but inside the app, they're following a bunch of creators that you would expect, that Instagram would expect a 15-year-old would follow, or their profile picture looks much younger. Well, Instagram told told me they can catch that and move them to a teen account.
Interesting.
This is what AI, this is the upside of what AI can do.
Good to know there's upside to
Yep.
it. All right, Rebecca, thank you as always.
Coming up in our GMA Morning Menu, Becky Worley is checking out why people are choosing to have a full-body MRI. Do they provide more questions than answers? We're going to ask the experts, and Becky had it done herself.
And it ain't cheap. Hey! We're coming up aces. The WNBA champions are joining us live from Las Vegas. Can't wait to talk to them.
Yep, plus Jeremy Allen White joins us live talking about playing the boss in Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. And Sam is standing by with an on-screen political powerhouse. Hey, Sam.
Hi, so I have to apologize. I've been accosting House and Jenny with my fandom. Oscar winner, Emmy winner, now the President of the United States.
Right.
The Diplomat season 3?
Season 3.
Comes out. We're going to shoot season 4?
We're going to shoot season 4. Season 3, October 16th.
Yay. All right, she's coming up. I'm so sorry that I've been taking over.
Yeah. Foggy, rainy, nasty day out there. So Sam was like, don't blame the weather. Ginger's thinking the same thing too. But not your fault. We're back now with our GMA cover story in our series, The Science of You. This week, Becky Worley is taking a look at some popular medical tests that people are choosing to have and pay for out of pocket and why they're doing it. Becky, you got the full MRI scan. How did it go for you?
I did, Michael, and it was very interesting. I mean, we're all just trying to be as healthy as we can, right? But the fear of some serious condition lurking inside of us has led many to whole-body MRI scans that are popular on social media. They can cost thousands of dollars, and the question, do they alleviate our worries or create new ones?
Why are Kim Kardashian and Kate Hudson and other celebrities posing with an MRI? They're promoting full-body scans for early detection of health issues. To see for myself,
Here for a scan.
Perfect.
I contact Prenuvo.
Definitely want to do this, but a little nervous. Is there something I'm going to find out that I will wish I didn't find out?
They offer an enhanced screening with a whole-body MRI scan that costs $3,999, with the company offering 3 other options down to $999. A leading competitor, Ezra, has similar pricing down to 1 for $499. Now, these scans are not covered by insurance, and Prenuvo comps the full-body scan for me. It took about an hour.
Not too bad.
2 days later, my results are back.
So I'm looking at a scan of my brain, and there's a dot. Now I'm going to go undoubtedly Google this and scare the heck out of myself.
All scans are read by a board-certified radiologist, but as part of the premium package that you pay more for, I have a consult with Prenuvo's Dr. Vikash Modi.
The good news is that the white spots themselves are not harmful. The white spots are indicative of past injury, but the rest of the brain tissue looks healthy.
Which is a relief. Reading these results without medical context was kind of nerve-wracking. I learned a few more things, mostly about my spine and neck, but the general takeaway is that they saw nothing serious. The chance of these scans detecting an issue that really isn't there, that's a concern for Dr. Matthew Davenport.
The risk of doing it is that the false positives dominate and you end up with negative health value. You end up generating a lot of unnecessary testing.
Do you worry that if someone gets a relatively clean bill of health from one of these commercial MRIs, that they don't do their preventative screenings for specific cancers like mammograms or colon cancer?
Yeah, that is absolutely a potential risk. These established screening tools we know save lives. We don't have that evidence support.
And he says,
people who undergo testing, imaging, there's a significant anxiety component that comes with this, a mental health component that comes with it.
The company tells us Prenuvo aims to give patients more agency and insights to proactively manage their health. We always tell our patients not to skip their regular screening exams. Our scans are a powerful adjunct to these exams and not a replacement.
What is the suggestion from medical boards about these commercial full-body MRI scans?
If you look at every major medical society, it's very clear, don't do it.
Now, what the American College of Radiology says is they do not believe there is sufficient evidence to justify recommending total body screening for patients who have no clinical symptoms. And we should note the equity issues. I mean, guys, there's a real divide between who can afford these scans and who can't.
There it is right there, Becky. Thank you so much. Wow. All right. We've got a full house this morning, not just here on the couch. We're talking about the new WNBA champions of Las Vegas Aces. Give it up for Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, Jewel Ward. They swept the Phoenix Mercury to become the 2025 WNBA champions. Are you feeling the love all the way here in New York City there to Las Vegas? And Asia, can I start with you? Because this has been a history-making season for you, my friend. MVP 4 times in 8 years. No one has ever done that. And your jump shot at the end of game 3, that was a real highlight because it was like number 22, 2.2 seconds left on the clock. You nail it. So when you hear Coach Becky Hammond say, give the ball to Asia and get out of the way, how do you handle that pressure so well, Asia?
I mean, it's all a part of the game. I mean, those are the moments that you live for in the finals with your teammates. And so when that opportunity came, I knew I was ready. The biggest thing was just seeing the basketball just go through the hoop and see my teammates embrace me, and it was truly a special moment. Okay, that's it. That's truly a special do. I like the look there, Asia. You're looking good. Look, I know.
Thank you, girl.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jackie, you've said the Aces' journey to the championship was filled, you had twists and turns. There was, I hear, even some doubt in the locker room at one point early in the year. So what changed, and how did you personally step up in game 2 to help your team pull off the win?
Yeah, there were, a lot of ups and downs this year. This was obviously a different kind of season for us, to end up champs. But the word that we've been using is just resilience. I think that's what our team showed this year. And, after that 53-point loss, we were able to string together 17 wins and get into a good spot for, playoff contention.
Yeah, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And y'all finished really, really strong bringing out the broom like that. Hey, Chelsea, we got to stop meeting like this, because last time I saw you, you had won the unrivaled championship, and now here the WNBA championship. Just talk about the year that you've had, my friend.
It's been crazy, just talking about it. Like Jackie said, it's been up and down here this summer, but we just had to kind of stay through it. I know she said resilience, and we were talking about trusting the process, and that's really what we did. We had fun doing it, and I'm glad it ended in our favor. But it's been a great season, and I've enjoyed every part of it.
And that woman right next to you, Coach Hammond, she calls her the team's kiss of death. Because, Jewel, you were just traded to the Aces this season. She meant it as a compliment. You now have a career finals record, 10-0. 10-0, 2 titles with the Seattle Storm when you did the swept twice and then now. So what's your secret there, Jewel?
I don't know. I think it's a testament to the teams I've been on, but also just the preparation from all season. But to do it with this team means everything to me, so I'm glad I was able to do it and do it with this team. Yeah, this team is very, very special and has been. I know you don't have a tambourine, but I'm going to ask Asia this anyway. There's been people, I saw the tambourine. At least you guys got it. There's been a lot of conversation about leadership in the WNBA, Asia. In all seriousness, what's your take, and what do you see for the future of the league?
I mean, the future of the league is obviously in good hands. I think we've had a transformative year, years for us. And I think the biggest thing for us is continue just to work hard and get what we deserve and what we've earned. And we've been so vocal in that because that's just who we are. We're going to continue to be that way. But I'm blessed to be a part of a league that is so player forward. We're a unified front. And we're going to continue to do and say the things that we need to say to get the job done, because we know that we've worked so hard to be in this situation. So the future of the league is in good hands because the players in it. Yeah, because of the players in it. Well, we appreciate you guys. Anything you want to say to Asia and Jewel? And
Dynasty status. I just want to say congratulations. Yeah. I mean, that's amazing.
So you got a parade. So what are y'all going to do for the parade? Because it's in Las Vegas. So
get lit.
Michael's been in the. He's been in the.
I was in a parade. I know.
Oh, just make sure you got the goggles on. And take care of the new do. Take care of the new do. Looking good.
Can't mess it up, girl.
No, can't mess it up. Congratulations and thank you. I know you got up early to join us this morning on Good Morning America, and we're so proud of you. Thank y'all. Y'all take care.
The champs are
here. Appreciate it. All right.
Well, Tori, look what you did. This is gorgeous. Our Deals and Steals Fall Festival, which is why it looks so great around here, is here. Tori's here with some perfect products to keep you cozy.
Exactly. All right, I got 2 words for you.
Okay.
Blanket hoodie.
I'm in.
These are unbelievably comfortable. It's like wearing, here, I got one right here for you. It's like wearing a blanket, but you look chic at the same time. This one's the zip up hoodie.
Yeah.
You want to just drape it
why
over?
not? Or
why
just
not? There you go.
in there. All right.
Go for it.
Sunday Citizen, huh?
Sunday Citizen. So it's this super soft, snug fabric, unisex, oversized fitting. So it's just one of those comfy, cozy, whether you're just lounging on the couch or you're heading outside. Pockets,
and your hands feel so good in the pockets.
It. And you know what? Your pocketbook's gonna feel really good because it's 50% off and free shipping. Oh yeah. Okay. For the pooch in your life, we've got Sweater Hound, the best way to upgrade your blankets. So you're gonna upload your favorite photo of a dog. They will then hand draw, give it to you to approve, and then they hand knit this beautiful blanket.
It really is gorgeous.
You're
going to sell out on these because everybody wants that.
So good. Plus, we have the best model dogs here, don't we? We've got all of our favorites. We've got Enzo and Lucas. We've got my Winnie. We've got Lola. We've got all the best pooches here. And what I love is that you can, if you order by November 1st, you got to buy your voucher today.
Okay.
If you redeem it with the photo by November 1st, you will get it in time for the holidays, or buy the voucher today and gift the voucher so that the pet lover can design their own.
Clever. Yep.
Okay, peach skin sheets, you guys know and love. It is unbelievably soft bedding that gets softer with every wash, keeps hot sleepers cool and cool sleepers cozy. We've got think something like 40 colors from twin to California king, plus the matching duvet covers. We also have comforters and can't forget,
look at all these colors.
Their luxurious robe as well. Everything's 50.
I have robe envy. That thing is amazing.
Soft. It's really soft. It's really soft.
Right.
Up to 75% savings from Peach Skin. Okay, lifelines. So do you know the kids brand Melissa and Doug? This was created by the Melissa, and it's all about allowing you to de-stress, boost your mood anywhere, anytime. So they've got lots of little options. 2 of my favorites are the diffuser pens. So while you're using the pen, you can have that essential oil scent. We also have the pencils, which are really cool. It's like a rub and sniff. We've got this tactile. I love this.
I do too.
It's a journal, but it's just
seen it till just now.
Fun.
That's amazing.
Then this little thing right here, this little stone, is just feels really good in your hand, but then has a really great orange scent. Everything from here is fabulous, and it's all
I didn't mean to relax when I came over here, but I am relaxed. This stuff works.
There you go. I have that effect on you. Okay.
All right, what's this?
Look at this. So you get to customize a
My
candle
birthday on a candle
with your name and birthday, and then the scent. By the way, you have one of the best scents.
It is great.
And it's tied to your zodiac. So you can create a candle. We also have this really cool anniversary book. This one's made for Robin and Amber, and you and I are going to go through it.
Okay.
As I was going through it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is Robin and Amber. It's unbelievable. So all of these things that build on your astrological traits, super cool gifts. Treat yourself.
Look
50%
at that,
off.
Look at that.
It's really good. It's really good. And then finally, Gel Pro.
I was bouncing on these. I really was. This is so great.
So I wish our whole studio was built of this. So it's a gel and memory foam in one. You put that anywhere in a high trafficked area, and then it saves your feet, your back, your legs from fatigue. It feels fabulous on your body. We've got a huge assortment of colors and sizes, and they're all 50% off, and they're made in America.
All right, Tori, I was bouncing on this. You didn't see it earlier. All right, thanks, Tori. We partner with all these companies on some great products. You can get them at GMAdeals.com, or just scan that QR code. You're used to that now. It'll take you right there. Tori's back with more great deals tomorrow. Coming up, Jeremy Allen White joins us live. We'll be right back.
Sir, I guess it's just a meanness.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
Welcome back to GMA with that moment from the upcoming Bruce Springsteen biopic, Deliver Me From Nowhere, with Jeremy Allen White singing the classic Bruce hit Born to Run. Well, he's joining us this morning from London, where he's getting ready for the London Film Festival. Jeremy Allen White, thank you for joining us this morning. Great to see you.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
Well, we want to say congratulations to you because you're getting rave reviews for this performance. It looks incredible. But we know that Bruce was involved with the movie and was on set throughout the filming. Wow. So what was it like playing Bruce Springsteen in front of Bruce Springsteen?
I think at first, like any job, you get to set, you're feeling a little insecure, you're trying to figure things out. And yeah, I think, as an actor, you gotta sort of up enough delusion to do your job sometimes. And it was hard when I'm looking at the man, across the way. I know I'm not him because I'm looking at him. But then after a certain period of time, he, I don't know, he kept showing up and it became more and more normal. And then I feel like it's necessary. And I feel like his presence was giving us all like a lot of permission and making sure that we were, I don't know, being on the honest path. So thinking back, it would have been very to have done it, without him there. It would have felt like we were doing it wrong.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, it works.
Yeah.
When you see the film, it so works. And one of your co-stars, yeah, absolutely. One of your co-stars, Jeremy Strong, who plays Bruce's manager, dear friend, amazing. John Landau. What was it like working alongside him?
I love Jeremy Strong so much, I'd been an admirer of his for a very long time, and I'd kind of sent messages to him through like mutual friends and colleagues and stuff, just saying, I'd love to work with him one day, and so when Scott Cooper, our director, told me it was going to be Jeremy, I was so excited, but we prepared very separately. I think he was traveling and I was working before, and it was hard for us to get together, so we didn't really spend time together until we got to set, but he's so thorough in his approach. I just trusted him so quickly and immediately, and I think he also saw, I was trying to portray Bruce Springsteen, and that was a difficult thing to do, and there was a lot of pressure, and I think Jeremy became this sort of like protector and like and caregiver, for me during the process of making the movie. And that's very much what John Landau was and has been, for Bruce Springsteen. So everything happened very naturally between the two of us, and I don't know. I hope people can see that, when they watch the movie.
Yeah. Well, we know that they will. And one thing that we see in the movie is you playing the guitar. But you say your skills are pretty limited to one area. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, I never picked up a guitar before I started preparing for this movie, so it felt very alien to me. I remember asking Scott Cooper, "Are you sure you want me to do this? Are you sure you don't want to find somebody who already knows how to do these things, like singing and playing guitar?" And he was sure, and I had about 6 months to get there. I learned on a really beautiful guitar that Bruce Springsteen gave me after a 55 Gibson J200. And I got together with a wonderful teacher, J.D. Simo, and I got together with J.D. and I told him, I'm so excited to play the guitar and learn how to do this with you. And he said, "We don't have time to learn how to play the guitar. I'm going to teach you how to play these 5 Bruce Springsteen songs, and that's it." So I still feel very ill-equipped, and it still feels very alien sometimes with the guitar in my hand, unless I'm, performing a or Born to Run.
Yeah. But you look the part, just like you look the part when you're a chef and you got the knife. So you're a fast learner when it comes to stuff like that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I try. I got very talented people that help me,
Yeah. It's a skill that you have. Yeah. Can we ask you about another upcoming movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu? Your voice, the son of Jabba the Hutt. Oh, what was it like to find out that you'd become a part of the Star Wars universe?
It was exciting. It's funny. I met Jon Favreau, who directed the film and the series, prior. And I've been such a huge fan of John's for a very long time, and so we started talking about movies, and I was asking him about Swingers, and he said, would you like to come in and maybe talk to me about doing just a voiceover for Star Wars? I said, I love Star Wars. I'd be so happy to. and I came in, and then I discovered, kind of in the moment almost, the weight of the kind of character I was voicing. But it's been a fun process. I came in to do the voice. They hadn't filmed the movie yet. Then they made the movie. I came and did more. I'll probably have to do a little bit more. I spoke to Pedro the other day, and I think he was doing some more work in the booth and seeing some more of the film. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited to take my kids to see that one. You know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think it's going to be really, really fun.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna love that, man. Before we let you go, we're gonna, as we count down to Deliver Me From Nowhere, which everyone cannot wait to see, we're gonna put you on the spot. What was your favorite Bruce song to perform?
Reason to Believe is the last song on the album Nebraska. In the beginning, Nebraska, the title track, that was the first song I learned how to sing. But after being out of it and ending it, and this last year since we filmed it, Reason to Believe. I love that song. I love listening to that song. Everybody should go give it a listen.
We will do that. We will do that. I love how you gave some thought to that. Cool. You're the best. Hey, thank you so much for getting up and joining us.
Thank you.
All the best to you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We want everyone to know that Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere is in theaters next Friday, October 24th. And George, he sat down with the whole cast and the boss himself, and you can catch that conversation next week here on GMA. Coming up.
Nice young man he is, by the way.
Very nice young man. Yeah. How about the president?
Another one.
Allison Janney is here. The new season of The Diplomat and her on-screen West Wing reunion. Come on back. Now with Oscar and seven-time Emmy winner, Allison Janney. Stepping into the new role as President of these United States in season 3 of The Diplomat. So good to have you back with us.
Thank you. It's been a while. It's nice to be back.
Yeah, we had Bradford here yesterday.
You did?
Yes. Oh, he was a force of nature.
Yeah, he is.
But he was just singing sincerely your praises. He absolutely loves you, loves working with you. What was it like to be reunited again like that?
It was just heaven for us because we spent more time with each other than we have with our actual families during the filming of The West Wing. It was 24 episodes back in those days and 18-hour days, and we were family. So it felt so good. It felt like home to be with him on a set again because I love acting with him as well. And we are just, it's so great to play these. People are going to think they're going to see CJ and Josh, but they're two completely different roles. And yet we have this whole history baked into this relationship. We just have a history already. So it's enormously fun. I'm so grateful that he's joining us for this next season.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. I love this show. I'm so excited. You have no idea. Wow. In this season, you're elevated to the role of the president.
Yes.
So do you feel ready for this role because of your West Wing background?
I know. I've sort of gotten a lovely promotion every, from press secretary to president. But yeah, it was a shock to me. The end of season 2 of The Diplomat was probably the best ending of a season ever. It was so thrilling that I was all of a sudden thrust into the role of president of the United States, and it's a real honor to play a president. And hopefully someday, life will imitate art, and we can see an actual female president. But for now, it's on television only, and it's a lot of fun for me to play.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at a clip.
Who was he talking to?
I don't know. It wasn't on the schedule. We're calling the switchboard.
Are they not picking up?
They got a lot going on right now.
Well, that makes 2 of us.
His detail knows. Is Craig in there? Debriefing.
I'm going to say we can go ahead and interrupt.
It was my husband. President Rayburn was on the phone with Hal.
Okay. So we know there's been this, right? There's been this dramatic chain of events, right?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about how your relationship, Grace's relationship with Kate evolves in season 3.
Well, we meet her in season 2. We meet Grace, and I know that she's coming after my job as vice president. So already we have an adversarial relationship set up. And then to make things worse, we actually like each other and respect each other. So it goes, but at the end of season 2, she basically, before I realize I'm going to be president, she accuses me of being a terrorist, and one other thing, and shoot, I forget the other thing. She accuses me of all.
It wasn't
things.
good.
No, it wasn't good.
No, she didn't like you.
No, she does not like me, and our relationship is it's all about the power shifts in this show, in the public, and then with the relationships behind the public figures. It's just a wild ride, and it's so much fun.
The stakes so high.
The stakes are really high.
Your character is super prepared. Hers is like not prepared. One of my favorite monologues of yours is when you see the paperclip holding her pants together, and you just go off. So there's been this undercurrent that she might be vice president for like all of these. What would that ticket look like with you?
If Kate and I were running, Kate and Grace,
if you were running together,
I think the slogan would be "Yes, she can." Right?
Nicely done.
Yes, she can.
Yes. And when you do those monologues like that, when you just look at her and it's good for the world to think that putting your pants together is not more than you could handle.
Yeah.
Do you get into that character?
Oh my God, you can't. When I saw that monologue, I could not wait. That's as an actor, that's the joy I find when I find a piece of writing that you just can't wait to memorize so you can say it. And I could have said that monologue all day. It was so much fun to dress her down and watch her reaction to me. It was beautifully written. Deborah Kahn, our showrunner, is just brilliant.
Yeah.
And,
he was talking about
she was on
well.
The West Wing. She was one of our favorite writers on the West Wing, aside from, of course, Aaron. The writing is spectacular.
Well, I'm excited. That's all I can say. I'm so excited. You have no idea. Alison, thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm very happy to be here.
It's so great to have you. It's so great to have you. Season 3 of The Diplomat. It begins streaming Thursday on Netflix. Oh boy, get your weekend popping, everybody. Yeah. Gotta go to Ginger. Hey, Ginger.
Now we know how to get our weekend popping. I'm into it. All right, thanks, Michael. We have a GMA exclusive for you, thanks to our friends at Out Magazine, gearing up to announce their Out 100 list of change makers in the LGBTQ+ community. And we can reveal that their cover star and icon of the year is our friend Niecy Nash-Betts. She is being recognized for her decades-long career and long-standing advocacy work. And another familiar face also being featured, ABC's own James Longman. Huge congrats to James and Niecy. The full list of honorees will be revealed by Out Magazine this Thursday.
Always fun, always fabulous. Chef Carla Hall is here. She's also a best-selling author, and her new children's book, Carla and the Tin Can Party, just came out.
Yep, yes. Carla, always great to have you here.
Thank you.
Getting us going, getting us ready here. We also have some GMA junior chefs in the house.
Yes,
from Cynthia Center in New York.
That's Liam, that's Julie, right? Jolie, right? I got it right. Jolie, Johan, and Kaya right there. All right.
Yes.
You're going to put us all to work
I'm going to put you all to work. So this is like an icebox cake made in a tin can. So first we're going to whip the cream.
Okay.
You have your implement.
Okay.
Okay.
You told me back here. Don't pull the wrong trigger here.
Don't pull this because you eject the blade. You're over there.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we got it.
Okay. So now put this in the bowl.
Okay.
Turn it on low. You're going to whip it till it's okay. What's happening over there?
I'm nervous. That's what's happening. Okay, all right.
So you're soft whipping this, and kids, we're gonna get to you because you're almost done. Once it's holding its shape. All right, let's turn it off because it's loud.
Let me just ask you about the book first before we get into it. So this was inspired by a visit with
my grandmother. So I lived in Nashville, Tennessee. My grandmother lived in Lebanon, Tennessee, and we would visit every summer. I mean, we had Sunday suppers, but then we would stay for a couple weeks at a time. You know, going to grandma's house.
Tennessee and Kentucky.
This book is all about the adventures that we had, my sister and I, and we were so creative. We would make up games. We would play this game called Dearie, and we would dress up in my grandmother's clothes, and we would go around and we would talk like Dearie. Hello, Dearie. Hello, Dearie. Yes. So, will you talk to us, Dearie? Yes.
I love it. And then how did you come up with this idea? The tin cans look amazing because everybody's got them at home.
Everybody's got the kids. You would have eaten your vegetables, and then you'll have your tin cans.
Got it.
And then I wanted to do. I loved the lemon meringue pie that was always in my grandmother's freezer.
Yes,
so I
yes.
wanted to make this dessert that reminded me of that, and also something that kids could do very easily. So
You
it's
said
a
this is great
refrigerator
to
cake.
make with the kids.
Yes, absolutely. And also think about them with their grandparents. So we're gonna make
Sure,
the custard.
okay, all right.
This is lemon curd.
Okay.
Can you do it?
I went so much better at this.
Lemon
But
curd,
you trust? I don't know why.
cream
Do
cheese.
all of this in there?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
ginger, powdered ginger.
Powdered ginger.
And then we're gonna mix this up.
You're moving so quickly here.
I know,
Okay,
because
all right.
you know I don't have that much time.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point, good point.
Yeah, so mix it up. So we're gonna this is all
A little
cream.
elbow grease and it mixes right in. Wait, you're not giving it enough
I know,
power.
like what is it? It's like this big chunk. All right, yours is going to be the
Okay,
finished
yeah.
one.
Mine
So-
is finished. Okay,
Look,
it
yours
goes
is
in
done.
here.
Should we check
It'll be
in with our
smooth.
junior chefs while we're
Yes.
doing this here?
So they're gonna mix their cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at y'all.
And as they're mixing, I think Jolie has a question for you, Carla. Jolie, is that right? What's your question?
At what age was your love of cooking?
So, great question.
Yeah,
Let
very
me
good.
tell you, I wouldn't have been able to fit into that jacket because I was like 24. So I honestly, you have a whole decade or two.
Really?
Yeah.
So not as a child. You didn't have a childhood passion or for.
I was trying to get a badge for Girl Scouts, and so I made one thing.
Yeah.
I did not start cooking again until like I was in college.
Wow.
And then, there's help. There's help for everybody. Look, so I'm gonna start layering this. I
All right.
put in a cookie, and you can start doing this.
Okay, first of all, mine is so lumpy.
Yeah,
here,
no,
so I'm
don't
just
use
gonna,
yours,
we're
Whit.
gonna
That
move
doesn't
on to the
even-
next
no,
thing.
that's
Okay.
not-
So this is the cream. This is how it looks when you add the lemon curd to the heavy cream, and now you're gonna do a cookie in the
I know,
bottom.
I'm
You
sorry.
can't even
Cookie
add
in the
this.
bottom.
Wait, hang on.
So
hang
put
on,
the
hang on.
cookies in, right?
Don't-
Come in here.
Wait,
more
wait.
cream.
More
and then
cream,
here
more
we go.
cookies? Do you
Boom,
go
boom,
one
boom.
cookie or two cookies?
I go
in?
one cookie at a
Okay.
time. So, cookie. And
I don't know,
kids, you
this
can
isn't
make
that much
yours
better.
cream.
Yeah, no.
Cookie.
Okay, never mind.
Cream. Cookie. Cream.
But it's delicious.
And then it goes into the freezer, y'all.
Yeah,
and
you gotta chill it, right?
You have to chill it. So,
Okay.
And then we have the finished one here, right here. Let's do the reveal. Let's push it out.
Let's do the review.
You know me, I was going to dig it right out of the can, Carla. I was just going to, with a spoon right in there. But you pop it out.
You pop it out.
And it looks delightful.
Yeah,
Look at
there
that.
we go.
Guys, so you guys did
You
this?
have yours?
Yeah,
Oh, you're
it's-
making yours too. I love it.
Yep.
I mean, look at you getting. Oh my gosh, I love it. So try that. Tell me what you think.
Can I eat it?
You can eat it.
Phenomenal. Junior chefs, have you tried it yet?
Get in there and try the one that's in front of you. Can you?
All right,
This
beautiful.
is so delicious.
Here, I'll run over there.
So easy.
Guys, and since you guys helped us and Carla launched the book this morning on Good Morning America, everybody's going to go home with the book. So we thank you for that. And you can get this recipe on goodmorningamerica.com. Carla's new children's book is now out, and you can see her on this season of Harry Potter Wizards of Baking on the Food Network. That sounds fun.
So good.
On November 2nd, we'll be right back. Okay, do you want to try this one? Here, just take this apart.
Delicious.
It's a cookie ice cream.
Oh, you got it already. You're already in. Take a big bite.
Oh yeah.
Carla, we love you and your new book.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All the mamas and the